What the fuck? What is going on, y'all? Reaching here back again from the Red Planet Wrestling, bringing you yet another video. And of course, the topic at hand is last night's Elimination Chamber PLE. If you didn't watch the show, you probably should. It was a pretty solid show from top to bottom, honestly. And of course, the big thing that happened, which was what occurred after the men's chamber match, that's all over the place. So I'm pretty sure you know, even if you didn't watch it, but you probably should anyways, because it was really awesome. So we're going to go over that. Most importantly, though, of course, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload or a possible live stream. We might bring some 2K25 content for the next WWE game coming March 10th, of course. I got the standard edition. Digital editions, unfortunately, were the ones with the cool cases, the Deadman edition and the Bloodline edition. I made a video ranting about that. If you want, go check it out. It's in the previous uploads. I'll leave a link in the description box. Also in the description box will be the link to the entire playlist for my newest weekly show called WWE Weekly Recap. We're going to get started because there's a lot to talk about here. And we're going to start off with the women's chamber match, which is what kicked off the PLE. And of course, before any action even started, we got Jade Cargill's return, which I would have assumed that they would have saved for the end of the match. My prediction going in was that Naomi and Bianca were going to be the last two, or it would have been like Naomi, Bianca, Liv as like the final three, and Bianca and Naomi obviously outnumbering Liv, but then Naomi would have turned on Bianca. Bianca still would have won or whatever, but that was my prediction going in. That didn't happen. Jade Cargill returned to start off the match, and she completely decimated and took out Naomi. Just first off, her gear was freaking awesome, and number two, she used the cell door to just, she was done. It was game over. She was finished. Bianca was in the pod, putting in a Oscar-worthy performance, just banging on the glass. Now there's a new sort of theory going around that both Bianca and Naomi plan to take out Jade, because there was an instance when Jade's music was playing, Naomi looked behind her and looked at Bianca, who was in her pod, and she started taking off her jacket that she had on. So it looked like they were both ready to like scrap, even though Bianca's locked in the pod, so she wouldn't have been able to do anything regardless. Are they both involved in attacking Jade? Is it just Naomi? Is it Bianca, but Naomi got set up and Naomi had no idea what was going on? There's a couple of different avenues in which they can decide to take the story, and that's what I really like about it. But as I've made mention before, whoever's the culprit, if it is Naomi, Jade has every right to be mad at Bianca for becoming strange bedfellows with Naomi and basically replacing her as her tag team partner, or not really checking in, etc., etc. So Jade, albeit she's still a face, she's also justified in being mad at another babyface, and of course being pissed off that this person that she thought was her friend is actually just a bad guy. So again, layers to it. Really enjoyed it. Fun match. Liv Morgan was the workhorse in this match. She was bumping, taking all types of crazy spots. She was earning her paycheck that night. So it was really, really awesome to see her, just how she's improved over the years and just really taken every opportunity and maximized her minutes with whatever she's been given. So she's been a star performer for like the last, I'd say 2, maybe 3 years, but definitely I wouldn't be shocked if they put another championship around Liv Morgan's waist this year, because she's just been, besides the tag title, of course, which she's currently holding, but she's just been on an incredible roll, so kudos to her. We had Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax, which for some reason I forgot was even a thing that was happening. So I was like, what the hell is this? What's going on? The match was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I enjoyed it. Trish did her thing, but Tiffany was clearly the one doing majority of the work, as she should, because she's younger. She's only 25. She's like half of Trish's age. But nonetheless, fun match. Didn't hurt. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This was the only thing that I had a small complaint about, simply because of the fact that, and I guess I get it now in retrospect because of what transpired at the end of the show, but for an unsanctioned match and some of the things that Sammy and Kevin were doing. I mean, at one point, Kevin was biting Sammy in the face. They had a chair wrapped in barbed wire that Kevin fell face first into. And it doesn't need to happen all the time because the other place does it all the time. But it seemed like there was a lack of visual aid. There was no crimson mask, there was no blood. And I feel like for an unsanctioned match, I feel like the blood would have added just a little bit of an extra layer just because of some of the things that they were doing to each other. So I was like, it kind of seemed a little, I don't want to say unrealistic because it's pro wrestling. Like, come on. But at the same time, too, you want to sell the extent and the severity of the situation at hand and how much these guys hate each other and the vitriol that has built up between the two in these last couple of months. And of course, just the brutality of the match itself. So that was a small complaint that I had. And then another one being that although it was clearly a throwback to their NXT days when Kevin Owens just hit Sami Zayn with the pop-up powerbomb on the apron of the ring, I felt like the finish kind of fell a little flat, where it just kind of like Kevin just threw Sami into the ring and then it was 1, 2, 3. That was it. I mean, they had the post-match angle where Kevin was gonna take out Sami Zayn on the concrete at the side of the ring and all the security and producers were coming, which another silly thing. Randy Orton appears, huge pop. Kevin goes into the ring and he's like screaming and crying because he knows what's gonna happen. Randy was gonna go for the patented punt kick, which we haven't seen in who knows how long. And then security and producers and whoever was at ringside stopped Randy. All of them came together and stopped Randy when they couldn't do that for Kevin when he was completely decimating Sami. So this is kind of silly. It's like, now you do something. And I think even Wade Barrett I'm pretty sure it was Wade Barrett, made mention of that on commentary, which is kind of funny. Lastly, of course, the men's chamber match. A lot of fun. I thought the order in which everybody was eliminated was well done. And because when Drew McIntyre got eliminated, I popped out of my seat. I was like, oh shoot, that was fast. So it seems as though they're going to do something with Drew and Damian at WrestleMania, which I have no problem with. Shut up, stop complaining. You're going to watch it anyways. Logan Paul getting eliminated was music to my ears by CM Punk, which was nice to see. And then we had Punk and Cena face off, which was just such nostalgia for me. Growing up watching these two feud from the 2010s onwards. They have not missed a beat at all. Their chemistry together is just, again, I felt like I was transported back 15 years or something like that. Just seeing them lock up for a little bit was very nice to see. It was awesome. The crowd was into it. They hugged or whatever. Cena was like, I missed you. And then Punk was like, oh, I missed you too, whatever. And it was fun. Clearly there was the respect factor there or whatever, but they knew the stakes in hand. So they were still, trying to eliminate one another as you should, whatever. Seth Rollins was still involved. That whole angle was cool. Seth got eliminated. He took 20 finishers in a row by Cena and Punk, which they were the final two, which was that was awesome. I had no problems with Cena and Punk being the final two because it was just so cool to watch. And it made for a memorable final stretch for the chamber match. And just when you thought that, Punk and Cena were throwing everything in the kitchen sink to one another, they were kicking out of each other's finishers, Punk gets hit with a curb stomp to the chamber floor by Rollins, who, although was eliminated, was still off in the corner, hadn't left the chamber yet. And Cena, in a little bit of a bizarre twist, took advantage of that, puts him in the STF, although he does apologize. Cena he had it held on to him, and he was like, sorry, but then Seth Rollins is screaming die, which is hysterical. Cena wins, LOL, whatever. Cody comes to congratulate him, and then The Rock comes out, and then fucking Travis Scott comes out too. Looked like a fucking bum. He had no business being there. He just looks stupid. This man looks like Hornswoggle next to The Rock, but I digress. Rock is like, hey, so what's it gonna be? Am I gonna have your soul? Or, what's going on, in which Cody Rhodes proceeds to tell The Rock that he left his soul in this ring to all the people. So, no, I will not give you my soul. And then, in surprising fashion, which I would have never thought in the 20 years that I've been watching WWE, their televised programs, their pay-per-views, which are now PLEs, specials, whatever, that we would hear uncensored, and it's even all over WWE socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, their YouTube. Cody Rhodes told The Rock,
"Go fuck yourself!"
Insane. The crowd popped huge for it, which made the moment feel even bigger. Cena was over in the back, jumping up and down. Travis Scott was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Cody and Cena hug, and the camera angle that they got with Cena's face just completely changing. And Rock doing the whole this thing, which is even crazy to see in 2025 on WWE television. It's like, you know, take him out, like kill him. A brutal post-match like beatdown because of the fact that it's Cena turning heel, aligning with The Rock, selling his soul. This is, you know, Hogan, NWO, third man energy. Just things that you would never expect to see, like a huge baby face like that just going to the dark side. You know, this is Darth Vader. It's like, okay, yeah, this guy went evil, but you know there's still some good in him, but he's still evil. Also, fuck Travis Scott for smacking the shit out of Cody Rhodes in the face while he was down. It looked pretty hard, and his entire left side of his face was just purple by the end of like the beatdown when he was getting escorted back to Gorilla or whatever. So hopefully there's a receipt coming for Travis Scott. I highly doubt it, but I wouldn't mind seeing that guy get punched in the fucking mouth or something like that, because that was just completely... You're not a talent. You're an outside celebrity. Don't get involved physically if you don't know what you're doing. Don't do that. Because now you just gave bro a fucking bruise on his face. He looks like Grimace. Whatever. Overall, Elimination Chamber, freaking awesome. Where does this leave us? Do I feel as if this segment restored any credibility lost in the final boss character? Not necessarily. Was this segment awesome? Yes. Did The Rock play it good? Yes. But The Rock also decided to show up on the post-show press conference and was not in character, and was just breaking kayfabe and talking about X, Y, and Z and how they did this and how him and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 decided to flip the script, and Hogan went face and Rock went heel and yada, 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 because that's what the crowd wanted. Motherfuckers, stop it. You're breaking kayfabe. We just had this sweet, awesome angle just transpire. Go into the press conference as the final boss character, talk shit, and leave. I don't want to hear any detail and secret about how this whole thing came about, because now you're still just fucking it up. The same way when he was on SmackDown and there was that whole bizarre "I'm gonna take your soul" Cody Rhodes promo. That part of it, in retrospect, because of that Cena heel turn, makes sense. But everything else in between and before that, The Rock was still coming in and out of the final boss character, addressing the people and Ari Emanuel and Netflix and all that stuff. So it's like, pick a fucking lane. Either you're going to commit fully to this final boss character, or you're just going to do the same lame ass shtick and kiss everyone's ass and be a corporate man. That's my only issue with it. If you liked Elimination Chamber, let me know in the comment section down below. What was your favorite match? What was your favorite anything from last night's PLE? If you made it this far, hit that thumbs up button, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, join the Red Planet Army, hit that notification icon so you never miss an upload or a possible live stream. I might be bringing some WWE 2K25 content to this channel, specifically Universe Mode. I'll probably be continuing that from my 2K24 Universe Mode, which I'll be dropping some videos throughout this week as well, finishing that up, so then that way we can lead into 2K25. So if you want some 2K gameplay, subscribe. In the description box down below, I'll leave the link to a video I did talking about WWE 2K25 and the digital editions that 2K decided to do and not give us anything physical. Whole rant about that. Also in the description box down below, the link to the playlist to my newest series called WWE Weekly Recap, where we recap Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and any juicy gossip and news throughout the week. And of course, if you want to follow me on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch, all in the description box down below. But in any event, love, peace, chicken grease. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe, turn the notification icon, check the description box, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you all in the next video. So thank you all so much for tuning in.
It was my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. My predator smells fear, I smell a lot. My competitors flex here, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex, much success, stress us. I want it all, no less. So come on.